Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Game 7 Collectibles. Our 2011-12 Pinnacle box break is under the auction Pinnacle break number 4, and our serial number is 991-82556. And there is your serial number. There we go. All right. And let's break this open. And 5-hole, yes. No, but I will drop it off tomorrow. Okay, so we've got 24 packs, 8 cards per pack, checklist, and an empty box. So let's do this up. Last pack was epic. We pulled a Zetterberg patch. Let's see what we can get this time. And first pack, base, 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 and a Pinnacle rookie for the Ottawa Senators, Patrick Wiercott. Patrick Wiercott for the Ottawa Senators. Base, base, and base. Base, 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 and a Pinnacle rookie for the Anaheim Ducks, Maxime Masonauer. I'm sensing deja vu here. Base, base, base. Base, 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 dummy, base, base, and base. So base, 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 base. Wow. This is an interesting box. We have a private signings for the Vancouver Canucks, Richard Brodeur for the Vancouver Canucks, private signings. 2 epic boxes in a row with the private signings. Base, base, and base. Oh, nice. Short print on that, eh? That's going to be a big one. So, base, 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 and we have a breakthrough for the Winnipeg Jets, Andrew Ladd for the Winnipeg Jets. And dummy. Base, base, base. So, base, 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 and for the beloved Toronto Maple Leafs, a breakthrough, Nikolai Kulemin. And hopefully he breaks through tonight with some big goals. Base, base, base. All right. So base, 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 and base. Base, 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 and a dummy. Base, base, and base. Base, 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 and more base. base, 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 and we have a Team Pinnacle again. This will be a random between the Vancouver Canucks and the Washington Capitals. Daniel Sedin, Alex Ovechkin. And that'll be a random. Dummy, base, base, and base. So we have base, 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 and we have a tough times for the Edmonton Oilers. Marty McSorley for the Edmonton Oilers. Base, base, and base. Base, 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 and we have a rookie. This is also a Rookie of the Year finalist this year. For the Chicago Blackhawks, Brandon Saad for the Chicago Blackhawks. And yes, this is a totally separate box, ladies and gentlemen. Base, base, and base. You are not watching the same video over and over again. So base, and a great base to look at tonight. Hopefully he comes up big. Base, 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 and base. Base, 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 base. Wow. And we have a Pinnacle rookie for the Nashville Predators, Craig Smith for the Nashville Predators. Base, base, base. Base, 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 and dummy. Base, base, base. Base, 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 and a dummy. Base, base, and base. Let's see. Base, 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 base. Base, 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 and base. Oh, save that one for last. Alright, so base, 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 base. Oh, and we have a game night jersey for the Boston Bruins. Tyler Seguin for the Boston Bruins. Tyler Seguin. Base, base, and base. Oh. Base, 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 and a dummy. Base and base. Oh, come on, guys. No wars in here. Base, 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 base. And we have a hit for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Tough times. Wendell Clark for the Maple Leafs. Wendell Clark. Base, base, base. Base, 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 base. And we have a Pinnacle ring collection for the Buffalo Sabres. Ville Leno. Ville Leno for the Buffalo Sabres. And dummy. Base, base, and base. And 2 more packs to go. Base, 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 base. And a breakthrough for the San Jose Sharks, Ryan Clough. For the San Jose Sharks, Ryan Clough. Base, 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 and base. And our last pack, which feels abnormally thick. So let's see if we've got some, well, I think we got some patchy goodness, boys and girls. Base, 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 base. Wow. Wow. Is anybody with the Leafs in the room? Because you're going to want to see this. Pinnacle Threads patch for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Number 3, Dion Phaneuf. For the Toronto Maple Leafs, Dion Phaneuf. Pinnacle Threads Prime patch. And it is disgusting. It is like bursting out of the card practically there. So 2-color, but absolutely beautiful 2-color. And base, base, Dion Phaneuf, and base. And that is the Pinnacle box number 2, or sorry, Pinnacle break auction 4 and Pinnacle break with the serial number ending 5024.